Right, I'm gonna do this quick video. When I say quick, probably means like 45 minutes. But that's what I like to say. I think that's on my mind, sort of thing. Um, Even now, I'm a bit fed up because I've done like multiple videos over the past few days, but I haven't uploaded any. Even some where I'm talking for like half an hour, 40 minutes. Um, and I still haven't uploaded them. But definitely upload this one, and I mean it. Um, right. I'm gonna talk about what's happened over the past few days, including today. Um, and kind of just go from there really. So, for a start, I gave him my sick note. This that day wasn't nothing really happened that day. I went to GP to get my sick note because Edward rang me, said to bring in my note. Then I decided to get an appointment with the GP the same day because my blue inhaler wasn't really doing much and it was making me feel um, just making my heart rate go up, which I didn't really appreciate that much. So I told him. He said to me, take your brown one 4 times, twice a day. So I started doing that. Even though yesterday I cut it down to 3, and this morning I've only done it twice. Um, but I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna do 4 again tonight. The maximum you can have in a day is 16, which I haven't ever done. So it's fine. I've only ever done half the maximum um, amount of puffs. So what next? Um, 1 second. Right. Okay, so that was that day. That day, once I took once I took it 4 times, my chest was actually easing up a bit because that was the main symptom I was having, my chest tightness. Um, and since then it's eased up quite a bit. Yeah, even though I've been having difficulty today, the chest is seems to be holding out. So basically gave the note, got back in the car, we drove to Puddy. We got gas canister. It's not really important. We got a gas canister. Went to pick my mum up. We went to Collier's Woods, and just kind of shopping and that. Then we came home. We went shopping again, like in Asda. It was crazy, man. It's a long day. Um, then we came home. That day was okay, and then the next day, which was yesterday, what did I do? I got this letter. Not really showing too brightly because it's dark now. Got this letter, basically a summary of my test I had, all my tests I had, consultation I had, conclusion, recommendations, and just one more further investigation. And that's down to whoever this other copy was sent to, which will be for a 14-day Holter machine. So basically 14-day ECG scan, so we can hopefully pick up these like ectopic beats I'm having and the supraventricular trachea that I'm experiencing, and to get just some more answers on them, because I told them that, even this on here, that when I wake up sometimes like my heart's racing, then it speeds up, and yeah, it's not normal sort of thing. And it happened this morning as well, which was like annoying because I hadn't had it in nearly a couple of weeks, or over a couple of weeks. So yeah, so I got this letter. So I read through it briefly, and came to conclusion well, not conclusion. I just rushed through it. Just kept reading. Um, no signs of this, no signs of that, no signs of this, no signs of that. Normal this, normal that. Only thing picked up on really was very, very. Very infrequent ventricle and supraventricular ectopic beats were seen. No significant dysarrhythmias, which I didn't even read actually till now. No significant ones, so probably some there, but not significant. But infrequent ventricle and supraventricle, I didn't know I had both. I knew, but then when I think about it, though, I do describe that one feels like squeezing, the other one is just like a really fast heart rate. So oddly enough, when I read that, I was actually like, finally, like I'm not crazy. Like I've been reading up about this, and I had the exact same symptoms. I must have it, and to kind of confirm it, I suppose, is in a weird way was a good thing. The frequency of them is under question because now the letter says infrequent. I don't know if that was based on just a 24-hour ECG I had. Most likely was. I think even when I was lying down getting an echocardiogram, they did notice it. But I think when they say frequent, it's more like, because what I've read out, people have like hundreds of thousands a day, so that's like frequent to them. But when you have it like say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times a day, it's not really. But it's kind of like, for me, like even if it's like spread over the day, I have like maybe one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one in the evening. It's like it's not that, it's just unsettling, to be honest. And at the same time, if I have multiple ones in a row, it's just as bad. I could have multiple ones in a row and not have any for the rest of the day, but like today, but like it will just be on my mind for the rest of the day. When I go to bed now and wake up in the morning, I'll still be thinking about it tomorrow, not as badly, but it'll still kind of be on my mind, and understandably. But I try and look at every day as a new day, and try and forget about the other days as best as possible. But at the same time, I still need to make note of how the day was and improvements in my condition and that. So basically, I read something else, if I can find it quickly, about it should be in conclusions. They believe the they use a big word here, but it essentially just means shortness of breath. They believe it's a reflection of asthma rather than cardiac disease, particularly bearing in mind the finding noted today on the examination. So in other words, based on all the tests I've had, and the symptoms I told her while I was sitting there with her, and her listening to my chest, she believes it's the asthma causing the shortness of breath and whatnot, which is most likely true. I'm gonna say it's not true, it's most likely true. The description of increased heart rate with activity which results within 1-2 minutes of rest is more suggestive of psychological sinus tragedy rather than a pathological dysarrhythmia. So basically, I need to look it up again actually, but basically, as it says, physiological, as in exercise, stress, dehydration, um, a lot of stuff actually is causing it rather than pathological, which I believe, I actually didn't look that up, but I believe that means just like physical issues with the actual heart and that, or lungs and whatnot. Um, and finally, I suspect the palpitations that he experienced in the mornings is another example of awareness of psychological sinus rhythm, which is the same thing. Which I don't know about that one, to be honest, because like for me, I know I told her it goes up when I stand up. I'm pretty sure I did tell her that. I may not have, but it's not in the report. But okay, lying down here, waking up, awareness of my heart, um, is like that's fine sort of thing. But then it was already kind of quick, and then as I stood up, and when I get up quickly, the heart rate goes up. Now, even in the morning, I knew it was going to go up, and it's already high already. But I said, I don't care. I'm going to get up and see what happens. And I knew it was going to happen, and it did happen. So I got up, and it happened. Um, Basically got up, went to the next room, sat down on the toilet seat. Then when I got up again, came back to my room was when it started to set it off, and it was fluttering and that. And then that's at that point I basically looked for my phone because I wanted to see my heart rate at the time, and I wanted to get my letter to read it thoroughly. Like I said yesterday, all I read was what they picked up, and that's what I was really thinking about yesterday night. So that's that part. Mr. Baker reported that he is experiencing these episodes almost daily. Therefore, I am optimistic that with an event recorder, we have a reasonable chance of establishing a symptom rhythm correlation. Therefore, a 14-day loop recorder will be requested. I only read that today, and that I'm so happy to read that. I thought to myself, by the time I get the recorder, hopefully the best case scenario is that I'm better. That's the best case scenario. Now, failing that, the next best thing is I have the equipment on and I can kind of replicate that feeling over the 14 days, or even replicate what I was going through today, if it's still going on by then. Now, the consultation woman, she wasn't, I won't lie, she didn't even, she's really good. She wasn't fobbing me off or anything. Even her mum was a bit abrupt, came across a bit rude at times, but she was really kind of like trying to ease my mind and that, and just try and get to the bottom of this in a sense, which is nice, because these are sort of things that you have to work with the people to get to the bottom of it in a sense. You're not gonna get to the bottom of it if you're just kind of, if you're looking at them just being like, just kill me, kind of just kill me now with like with your magic wand. It's kind of about trial and error in a sense. Right now we're still in trials. So yeah. Now, anything else? Mr. Baker was advised that he should see his GP reviewing his bronchial, oh my god, I can't even pronounce that. Bronchodilator inhaler regime, management of asthma. Now let me look it up quickly. I couldn't do this earlier because internet was playing up. Don't say it's playing up now. No, it's not. Right, let's see what comes up when I go on the NHS website. I typed in bronchial data. I'm saying it's so wrong. Medicines on the NHS website. Bronchodilator medicines or bronchodilators make breathing easier for relaxing the muscle in the lungs and widening the airways. These are often used to treat asthma, a common lung condition caused by inflammation of the airways, and chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, a lung disease causing partially reversible blockages of airways which usually occur as a result of smoking. A lung disease, that's the thing, I don't know if I have one or two, but we're going with one. But this other one, a lung disease causing partially reversible. Yeah, gosh, that's horrible. Type of bronchodilators. There are two main types of it. Short-acting ones, sudden unexpected attacks, or long ones which have longer lasting effects. And if used regularly, can not only help control breathing and asthma, also increase the effectiveness of corticosteroids in asthma. The three most widely used bronchodilators are beta-2 agnostics. Okay, this is getting a bit too technical. Beta-2 agnostics and blah blah are available to both short-acting and long-acting, whereas it's only available. Asthma inhaled steroids are most important regular treatment to reduce inflammation and prevent flare-ups, but some people may benefit from taking additional long-acting bronchodilators to keep the airways open and to enhance the effect of the steroids. Side effects can vary depending on specific medication you're taking. It's not even specific. So make sure you read the leaflet come with your medications. Okay, fair enough. General side effects: trembling, particularly in your hands. Let's see. Okay, it's not shaking now, but I remember shaking. But I put that down to playing too many computer games. Headaches. Only had a headache one day. Dry mouth. Yeah, I got a dry mouth now. I have dry mouth most days. Sudden noticeable heartbeats, palpitations. Yay! My favorite thing. I think I might change my name to palpitations. Muscle cramps. Does that include chest muscles? I don't know. A cough. That cough caused a hiccup. Woohoo! Oh, for fuck's sake, now I got hiccups. Nausea and vomiting. No, I had car sickness. I wasn't sick, but I do get car sickness yesterday. But I put that down to having a bit of a fever and having a flu jab. So, yeah, diarrhea. No, I don't have that. Read about more side effects. No thanks. Most people can take bronchodilators safely if they need them. Although the benefits of treatments will need to be weighed against the potential risks. For example, bronchodilators can cause more problems if you have cardiovascular disease, diabetes, overactive thyroid, high blood pressure. If one of these conditions are prescribed medication, it's important to discuss potential problems with your doctor. Bronchodilators are generally safe to use whilst pregnant or breastfeeding, but you should speak to a GP. Okay, I'm not pregnant, so don't have to worry about that. Bronchodilators, especially I can't pronounce that word, Therabolines, can also affect certain other medication which I'm not taking. Asthma is a chronic condition affecting the lungs and airways, learn about the symptoms of childhood asthma, how it's treated, and which inhaler is right for children. I'm not a child, so that's not going to help me. But that was pretty useless, to be honest. Because it didn't. It talked about inhalers and tablets and whatever, but it didn't actually say any of which. It didn't really. The only reason I know what they're talking about is because I've done so much research and I have inhalers myself, but didn't really help that much. It was very, very technical, worded. Okay, that's okay. Right here is practically the same thing, webmd.com, but they actually say inhaler. They actually say inhaler. Slowly now. They actually say inhaler. What other types of bronchodilators for asthma? Oh my gosh. No cross pop-ups. Yep, same things I already know. Crying out loud. For treating asthma symptoms, there are 3 types of bronchodilators: beta agnostics, anticholinergics, and theobromine. These bronchodilators are available in inhaled, tablet, liquid, and injectable form, but the preferred method is inhalation to get straight into your lungs. Okay, fair enough. So just essentially just a big word for medication, which it basically says in the letter. Bronchodilator inhaler. Okay. Further follow-up appointment is not required for Mr. Baker. When she told me that when I was sitting there, I was like, but you haven't helped me fully yet. But further correspondence will follow after the funding of the 14-day non-invasive ECG. Whenever that is. But yeah. I'm just looking through the examination findings, and it says stuff like heart sounds, pulse 90 beats per minute regular, heart sounds 1 and 2 are normal, no murmurs, which is weird because I'm sure they said I had a murmur. Like, when was it? I can't remember, ages ago. I know they said I had one. End expiratory munchies were audible throughout. I don't know what the hell that means. I'm not even going to bother to look that up. No crepitations were heard and no peripherals. I don't know what that means either, and I'm not looking it up either. The next one's got a whole heap of values that kind of mean nothing at face value unless I look it up, which I already have because I took a picture of my ECG paper. Apparently they're all normal. And the ECG said something about my LVH, which I think means left ventricle, but with the echocardiogram it said it was fine. I was found to be biochemically thyroid. I suppose that means euthyroid. No significant dysrhythmias were detected. I think what they mean is they saw something, but they were like something, and they said it's not really a concern. Yeah, I've done that part already. Uh, that's pretty much all the letter, to be honest. Um, so I kind of gone through that properly today, as I just explained, and had like I said yesterday, I had a flu jab, and the main symptom, I suppose, was just achiness in my arm, and I felt a bit hot throughout the rest of the day. Nothing, let me say, nothing significant. Suppose nothing significant. Uh, and I think, if anything, when I got the text 2 days ago to have it, I was like thinking, should I or should I not? Um, but then in the long term, like I thought in the short term, I might get a bit sick because of having the jab and that. But I know it doesn't have an active flu virus in it, but you still do get a bit of side effects. It'd be like muscle ache, uh, fever and that, which I did have. So I thought I might feel a bit rough afterwards. But what I'm going to look up now quickly, in a second, is about physiological sinus trachea. I only looked at it briefly, but like I said, I had the flu jab. For if or when I get better, then at least I know that I'm vaccinated from the flu, so that it won't. If I do get it again, I won't get it again. But they say you can, but it won't be as severe. But it won't contract into what I've gotten now, sort of thing, where it's just fuck my lungs up. Or so they say. To be honest, had no test. Just had the peak flow test, which not really. I don't know. Is it any good? Because one, I was sitting down when I had it. Two, that day I took the blue inhaler in the morning, in the afternoon, and just before I went out. Like I said, I think the blue inhaler just kind of messes me up. Like, now that I think about it, the blue inhaler speeds my heart rate up, right? Hold on. The blue one speeds it up, right? I took the blue one on the day I went for my test and that, but I think the previous days I was doing what I'm doing now, just resting, so nothing was happening. But like I said, like I'm trying to explain to them, when my heart rate goes up, that's the only time I really, that's the main time I experience ectopic beats, when it speeds up. So now when I was walking to the practice, so for the clinic, the appointment, I had, bear in mind, the whole day I was fine. When I was walking there, I had a skip beat on the way there. When I sat down, I had a skip beat. When I got up to have my weight and that and my height done, sat back down, I had another one. But at the same time, I could put it down to just anxiety, potentially. But I don't know. Let's see. One thing I know is that majority of the time I'm quite tired. and my chest is that's it, it's eased up, but it still feels a bit tight. But then sometimes I don't know if it's that or if it's because I'm tensing it up. Uh, my chest does. I've got like this bone that sticks out, and I've been known to kind of just like really, I don't know, tense up a bit. So that could be the reason. Um, I don't know really, but then if that's true, then it's like it's hard to assess this the recovery in that. But as I said, tens of millions of times. Overall, I feel better than I did. As I said to loads of people, and even to myself, I say, um, I've only been taking it for 6 days. For the time that the damage has occurred, it'll probably take quite a while to probably take a while to recover in a sense. As I said to someone, it's like I think the first time I experienced it was on the 27th of August, my birthday. It's 27th of September now, but the 27th of August was the most significant. But before then, I was still experiencing problems and that. So, so so I'm getting distracted. So what that means is, I was actually kind of. It says I was probably getting damaged for like over a month before I started taking anything to um start relieving myself in a sense. Um, so chances are I'm not going to recover after 6 days. You know what I mean? The way I like to test myself is obviously walking, but taking routes um, that I struggled with before. And even, like I said, even early this week when I walked up the hill uh, on this road, like some road down the road from where I live, I was able to climb the hill, but it was a bit of a struggle. Um, Not well, actually, no, that's a lie. It wasn't really a struggle. I kind of just got on a bit, but I think in my head I was like a bit apprehensive about walking up it. Same thing, even same thing today. Like I could see it in the distance, and I'm walking towards it, and I'm thinking this thing has conquered me so much. Um, I see how I feel, and the odd thing is, it's weird because it's like I climb it, right? I walk up the stairs, and I can feel my heart's racing like quite a bit, but nothing happens, right? I just carry on walking, I carry on walking. And it's only like I would say 15 seconds after like I've finished the ascent that the fluttering occurs. It's weird like that. It's like it doesn't happen as I'm climbing. It happens like after I finish. Even the hill today, like I said, I climbed it right, and the last time I climbed it on Wednesday, um, got to the top and it started skipping beats for a bit. Eased up after a short time, but um, it obviously still must have given me trouble and that. So today, the difference was same sort of thing. Climbed up it, all right. Bearing in mind that I'd be walking around loads of like hilltops and that. um, seeing how I was in that, opposed to that time, like, all I done was went to Tesco and then came back. Um, so I climbed up the hill, or went up the incline, then was fine for about 10 seconds, 15 seconds. Then I felt the sensation, and I was like, okay, starting again. Kind of was waiting for it, and then it only, like, by the time I got my, oddly enough, by the time I got my phone out, it stopped fluttering about, which was um which is good. Obviously, it was good because that means it's not happening as much. Then I went, instead of just covering the normal way um around the corner to my house. I decided to go down the road across from mine, and what that meant is I had to go up the alleyway. It meant I had to go up the alleyway, um, which is got another bit of a hill, which gave me trouble on, I believe it was Friday, I think it was. Wait, was it that soon? I think it was, yeah, I think it was Friday. Oh gosh, yeah, it was Friday. That's a lot sooner than I thought. Um, when I walked up that hill, I had no fluttering or whatnot. Um, that was good. There were some, guys in the alleyway, like, just some of these black boys just hanging about. Um, because I was doing a voice note at the time on my phone. Um, but they didn't say anything to me, so I was alright. But yeah, I climbed the hill and I was fine. So there were positives in that. There was negatives, I suppose, but I suppose kind of at the end of the day, like, we had a family meeting today, and they said to everyone, kind of like mum, dad, Wesley, and myself, and we all said to each other, like, how are we? Just straight, how are we? And I told them what happened this morning, and what happened when I went for my walk, uh, and um, and then just how I felt and that, and was kind of realistic with them and said, I don't know if, like, I'm just being impatient with my recovery. Then it's like, am I gonna even recover fully? Am I gonna be like maybe 50% of myself with medication? My mum said, like, good for being, like, realistic and that. And I thought to myself, but you have to be, sort of thing. Um, you have to be. So mum and dad were just saying that um, when I go back to work and that, just take it easy and whatnot. And if you can't do something, then don't be bullied into do it, sort of thing. Which is, I suppose, what got to do sometimes when I'm not well and I'm a bit vulnerable, because I'm not like my usual self where I'll have a go and whatnot. Um, that's the honest truth. Even just before I went on annual leave, I was kind of not. I was like a bit of a shell of myself because I felt something was wrong, but I didn't know what it was. I thought I knew what it was. Um, so this kept spooking me, and that I didn't want to, like, stress myself to aggravate my heart and that. Which, whenever it sped up, it was causing it to have ectopic beats. So naturally, I didn't want to trigger it. So I was trying, like, not to argue with people, but certain people like Jade, like, as soon as I saw her, like, my heart just started to race, like, with rage and that. And I think that's what they described in here as well. the psychological sinus tragedy caused by stress and that. Was it stress or anger? Um, so yeah, they said, you know what? Look at the positives. Um, look at the positives as well. Don't just look at the negatives and that, is what I'm, which is what I'm very prone to doing. Always look at the negatives. Rarely like look at the positives and say, you know what? I managed to climb that hill a bit easier today. Um, I wasn't actually out of breath. Um, my chest feels a lot better than it ever has. You know, little things like that. Um, Positives like, you know, finally getting tests to see what's happening. That, you know, these are good things. Finally, someone's listening to me. Um, those are all the good things. Probably I'm gonna tell my mom about these videos. So she can watch them if she wants to. Just to know, like in depth, what I'm kind of going through. Because I briefly talked to my parents and that. Well, don't briefly. I talked to them a lot because they've been so supportive and that. Stupidly supportive. Coming with me to my um examinations, consultations. Um, keep getting lifts. All over the place. Being asked how I am. All the time and whatnot. Everything really. And I said to my mum, I'm gonna miss like little things like picking you up after work and then we going just going somewhere, anywhere really. Those were nice. Yeah, they were nice. But right, the last thing I said I was gonna do was look up psychological sinus tragedy. Right, move out of the way, Xbox controller. Okay, I can't see myself now on the webcam, but to be honest I was just lying down anyway. Okay, I've got psychological. Right, there we go. Okay. So I typed in psychological sinus tragedy. The first thing that's come up is how trachea affects healthy people with anxiety. Second one is inappropriate sinus trachea. Journal of American. I don't know what the rest says. Inappropriate sinus trachea is a syndrome in which the psychological triggers for appropriate sinus trachea, and it stops there as well. Can sinus trachea high resting heart? That's the problem. You can't read all of the text. It cuts it off. The only thing they can find is sinus trachea, which they say is mainly fast heart rate. Resting heart rate is normally around 90. So that's a 4-room. Critical to the diagnosis of IST is the need to exclude specific psychological triggers. So I typed in psychological sinus trachea and it keeps coming up with inappropriate sinus trachea. Okay, one sec. Let me look at this one. It says sinus trichidia is commonly encountered in clinical practice. It is an early. Let me cough. Let me read this one. This article. A 29-year-old female with no prior cardiac history presented for evaluation of a 2-year history of palpitations associated with significant nausea, dyspnea, so that means shortness of breath. Wow, I'm learning something. I should be a doctor. Dizziness that were exuberated with minimal activity. Gosh, that's a lot worse than what I'm going through. I haven't got no nausea, got no dizziness, just a shortness of breath with minimal activity. These symptoms started after her second pregnancy and have been progressively worsening over the preceding few months, significantly impairing her quality of life. A 12-lead ECG during an episode of symptomatic palpitations showed a narrow, complex trachedia, 187 BPM P waves. Morphologically was difficult to characterize. On gradual slowing of the trachedia, a second ECG obtained clearly shows P wave morphology similar to sinus rhythm, suggesting ST sinus trachedia as the culprit rhythm for patient symptoms. Blah blah blah, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Extensive evaluation failed to disclose any underlying acute chronic illness contributing to trachedia. A transthoracic echocardiogram showed a structurally normal heart. A 24-hour pulse monitor revealed an average resting sinus heart rate. Whoa, that's high. I think this is just a article for people studying this. Over past 2 years, the patient had tried lifestyle modifications as well as a variety of pharmacological agents, including beta blockers, verapamil, Jesus Christ, basically a whole heap of drugs at maximal tolerated doses without any significant improvement in resting sinus HR or symptoms. An electrophysiological study showed marked increase sinus rate from 100 to 170 low dosage with gradual offset, indicating an automatic mechanism for arrhythmia. No other supraventricular arrhythmias were inducible. The earliest for God's sake, my reading's gone bad. Earliest atrial activation during trachedia was from the high right atrium near the anatomical location of the sinus node. What management options are available for this young lady with this debilitating trachedia? Yeah, definitely a study for someone learning about this. Right, the prognosis of the IST is not clearly understood. The risk of trachedia-induced cardiomyopathy is largely unknown and very low, only reported in isolated case reports. It has been suggested that untreated IST may predispose to the development of systematic hypertension. Thus far, there is no evidence of IST related to increase in mortality rate risks. For the reasons stated above, management of IST is thus predominantly symptom-driven. Adequate management of IST remains a major challenge. Most systematic symptoms are noted to persist despite HR heart rate slowing, and hence a multidisciplinary approach that involves pharmacotherapy along with catheter ablation to modify the sinus node, In select cases for slowing heart rate, treatment for any associated behavioural or psychological disorder, physical. So basically, for IST, they just do everything: surgery, drugs, and um, and make you do lifestyle changes. Response to IST, variable, beta blockers, blah blah. Okay, I don't think the rest is very important. In this study, 21 patients with symptomatic IST B blockers, followed by 6 weeks. IST was defined as mean resting heart rate of 95 plus during daytime hours of 20. Ooh, gosh. Increasing. Gosh, hold on. IST was defined as mean resting heart rate of over 95 beats per minute during the daytime hours of a 24-hour Holter monitor, and or a rapid, stable, symptomatic increase in resting heart rate over 25 beats per minute were moving from supine to. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to. Oh my god, see what I mean? These are little things that I read and I'm like, this is what I have. IST was defined, to read it again, IST was defined as mean resting of 95 beats per minute, so over 95 beats per minute during the daytime hours. Okay, resting heart rate. Mine isn't. My resting one is not that. Let me check it now quickly. As I lie here.
Looking at that view.
60, 68, 69, 68, 68, 69. So, okay, my resting one, okay, it's not daytime, but resting wise, it's not that. And even on this sheet, on this letter I have here, it's not that. However, hours of 24-hour Holter monitor and or a rapid, stable, symptomatic. Hold on. Here we go. This is what I'm trying to say. And or okay, or a rapid, stable, symptomatic increase in resting heart rate over 25 beats per minute when moving from a supine, can't pronounce that, to a standing position. Right, which is the case for me. I get up, right, I get up, my heart rate goes up by like 30-40 beats per minute. Okay, it slows down, but it goes up. Over 25 beats per minute when moving from supine to standing, or in a response to a psychological stress. When I see Jade, you know, that's not the best. It's not the most extreme example, but you know, basically what it means. The study showed that in patients with ISD refractory to beta blockers and I can't pronounce that word, non-thiodropianidine calcium agnostics in the brain eliminated 7% of symptoms reported at a baseline, with like 50% of patients reporting eliminations of all symptoms associated with significant reduction in heart rate of various conditions, i.e. baseline after standing, during 24 hours during the daytime, during the night time, and massive and at maximum stress test. I can't pronounce that word, but that's basically the doctor's name. Studied the effectiveness of ivabradine monotherapy in 20 patients with IST refractory to beta blockers. Reported the iodine was more effective than the maximum tolerated dose of the metoprolol can't pronounce that either. Reducing heart rate and relieving symptoms of IST during daily activity or during exercise and well tolerated. Currently, there is no randomized clinical data to support first-time monotherapy and ibuprotein in patients with symptomatic IST. However, the prospective CIBIST trial aims to study effectiveness and safety of first-line monotherapy and ibuprotein medication when compared with beta blockers, which is good because beta blockers aren't good in the long run, which I've heard. The role of catheter ablation, which is what I read about like 5 weeks ago now, in management of IST is not well defined. Ooh, that's not good. Clinical evidence is sparse and controversial, mainly due to very small number of highly selected patients undergoing the procedure and the lack of a control patient population. Small case series supports sinus node modification by radiotherapy catheter ablation as a potential therapeutic option in patients with medically refractory IST. Along the supraremedial aspect of Christian terminalysis for elimination of faster sinus rates while still maintaining the lower rate pacemaker activity of sinus nodes. Man, that's a lot of stuff to read about. Various endpoints for sinus node modification has been suggested and include an increase in resting sinus cycle length of 10%, or a reduction of rest-line baseline sinus rate of under 90 and to 20% of maximum heart rate during isopranoral infusion. Wow, there's another page. Well, I'm not going to bother to read that because that was what I read just then was long enough. Wow, it's back to the patient. Maybe I'll read that by myself once I end this video. It's quite interesting, to be honest. Well, no, if this person is real, they are suffering a lot more than I am. Right, this other page now that I clicked on first, which is a lot more user-friendly, should I say, which essentially just is a forum about anxiety called Calm Clinic. The title reads, how long has this video been going on for? 58 minutes. Definitely going to be watching this in parts, aren't you, Byron? The second part is definitely a lot more boring than the first. How trachea affects healthy people with anxiety. Many anxiety symptoms cause further anxiety, well that's obvious, and mimic more serious health problems, which is true as well. Basically, anxiety causes anxiety because you're thinking, is it going to happen? It's going to happen. When's it going to happen? And you get panicky. It causes more stress. Sorry, more anxiety. Mimics more serious health problems, shortness of breath, palpitations, passing out. One of the most common is trachea, also known as rapid heartbeat. Palpitations. It is a heartbeat described as over 100 beats per minute in a healthy adult. People with structurally healthy hearts. And lungs, I suppose. But more so hearts, because it's to do with hearts. And it's often followed by other symptoms due to the way trachea affects your body. I suppose that means like maybe lightheadedness. I suppose I suppose they're talking lightheadedness, other symptoms that your body could experience other than just the fast heart rate. Tragedy often causes a considerable amount of fear because when it occurs randomly, it makes you think that there's something wrong with your heart. Yes, it does. Um, yeah, it does. Just that's all we can say. Uh, yes. Um, but then when you have ectopic beats like myself, um, following Trichadia, it is it's more unsettling than back in the day when I just had the Trichadia, the random ones, which only caused a fast heart rate, which didn't cause any other additional symptoms. Okay. Where was I? Because when it occurs randomly, it makes, yeah, okay. But often time it's anxiety that causes Trichadia, and in almost every case that Trichadia is completely harmless, which is true. In most cases, it's completely harmless. Um, I can't say how many times I've had a really fast heart rate, just even just randomly, to be honest. Of late, more so when I do something that's causing me problems, but you know, sometimes it's happening when I haven't been doing anything at all. Stop your rapid heartbeat. The heart is designed to handle speeds of greater than 100 beats per minute, but that doesn't mean that it isn't anything any less frightening. If your doctor has ruled out heart health issues, it's very likely you're suffering from anxiety. Stop anxiety related today. Take my anxiety test now. Yeah, let me see the first question. It's something like, do you avoid these situations? Oh my god. Nope, not doing that. I think I've done that test already. How smells like washing. How anxiety causes Trichadia. There is more than one type of Trichadia and more than one cause of Trichadia related to stress and anxiety. The easiest way to understand Trichadia is to take my anxiety test. No, it's not. Which will show you how your symptoms interact and what they come from. Once you've taken the test, come back and compare your symptoms to description below. Oh gosh, maybe I should do it quickly. Oh gosh. Yeah, gosh. So I've just gone down a list and they've got supraventricular Trichadia, which is apparently what I have. Let me take this test quickly. Can't take that long to do this. I spend time. Hold on. 1 hour and 3 minutes. Jesus Christ! Sorry about this video being so long. But like I said, just watch it in parts. Watch it in parts. So right now I'm doing the anxiety test, which I know I've done before, but I just done it on my phone. I spend time wondering why I feel the way I do. Agree. I am afraid of crowds and strangers. Strongly disagree. I have diarrhea, constipation, or other digestive problems. Strongly disagree. I have difficulty concentrating or remembering things. Disagree. I have headaches or neck pain. Strongly disagree. I think a lot about why I do the things I do. Neutral, I guess. Kinda do, but I kinda don't. I have less interest in activities that I normally used to enjoy. If by interest they mean actually doing it, then I agree. If they just mean I don't want to do it just because, then no. I'm gonna click agree. I'm afraid of being left alone or being in the dark. Not so much. Maybe a week ago I would put agree, I tend to focus on upsetting situations or events happening in my life. Strongly agree. I'm afraid of driving over bridges or traffic. Strongly disagree because I don't drive. Maybe I should put neutral. My muscles are tense, achy, or sore. Um, no, I disagree. I avoid situations that are likely to trigger a panic attack. Strongly disagree because if anything, I do the opposite and try and well, say I don't really have panic attack. I um just have whatever the hell I'm having. I'm easy to irritate. Strongly disagree. Unless your name's Jade. I avoid events, places, and people that are likely to trigger my anxiety attacks. I just said no. Actually, the same question. When someone snaps at me, I spend the rest of the day thinking about it. Doesn't happen often. But I suppose I do. Yeah, I say I do. I avoid going far from home. Strongly disagree. I am afraid of what awaits me in the future. Depends on what they're talking about. A couple weeks ago I was, because I just kept feeling worse. But like now, kind of. Oh wait, hold on. Wait, no. Back then I really was. Now, kind of but then like I say, it depends on what they're talking about. I just put agreed. I avoid shopping in grocery stores. Strongly disagree. I think about all the things I have not yet accomplished. Agree. At times, I feel hopeless. Right now, I do agree. I have palpitations, pounding heart, or accelerated heart rate. Strongly agree. No, let's put. If I had an option for extremely agree, I'd put that. But sadly, I can't. I can only put strongly agree. I experience twitching, trembling, or shaky feeling. I agree. I get twitches like around my body sometimes. But I don't know if that's due to being sleepy all the time or something. I experience shortness of breath or choking feeling. So I guess I do. Yeah, I suppose I got to say I do, but then that's surely down to the asthma. I feel dizzy or lightheaded. Strongly disagree. I have occasional heartburn and pains in my stomach. But back in the day when I thought the ectopic beats were heartburn, I thought I did have all that, but no, it wasn't. My mate said to me one time, I told him about what I was feeling that, and he was like, he was at school at the time, and he's just like, "You sure it's not just heartburn?" And I thought, I hope it's just heartburn, but I don't think it is. So I have occasional heartburn and pains in my stomach. Strongly disagree. I have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. Agree. Sometimes I have trouble staying asleep. No matter what I do, I can't get my mind off my problems. I say agree because with so much free time, you just can't help but thinking about it most of the time. If I was busy doing something, I suppose, then it would be different. I have hot and cold flushes. No, I do not. I avoid standing in grocery store lines. What is it about grocery stores? Disagree. Because you kind of, if you want to go to the supermarket, you're gonna have to stand in some sort of queue, essentially. Having said that, I suppose I do feel a bit anxious sometimes when I'm in the queue. Okay. Oh gosh. Okay. Right. Your current level. It says your current anxiety level is 41, which is moderate. It says you probably manage stress well, think positive most of the time, and don't use alcohol or medication to excess. You probably manage conflict fairly well, are a decent communicator, and have no problem being assertive when necessary. However, you could clearly have things to work on and could benefit from learning some life management skills that you've probably never had the opportunity to learn, which is true, I guess. But that's a very general statement to say. Potential anxiety level. Your potential anxiety level is 16. Acrophobic. Jesus. Worded on the graph is sideways. Agoraphobia. I should know what that means, but I don't. Extreme or irrational fear of public places. Okay, so they think I have that. Well, that's what's mainly filled the chart. But they're saying 5 to 7 days I can lower my levels simply by using the techniques he has. By watching his presentation. But I thought his presentation was meant somewhat sort of fucking trachea I had. Which it hasn't. But it says on my letter that I have supraventricular trachea, ectopic beats. But let's read. It says my sinus is okay though. A normal sinus rhythm. Okay. The vast majority of experts in the anxiety field focus on one type of trachea, sinus trachea, which is caused by activation of fight or flight mode. This is the system that most active during anxiety. Normally, your body rushes with adrenaline during times of intense fear to get enough energy to help you run away or fight, which I knew about. Those with anxiety have an overactive fight or flight system that is active all throughout the day, even when there's no danger. That floods adrenaline into your heart, which causes your heart to speed up as a response. Those with severe anxiety and anxiety attacks may experience this sensation even when there's nothing, when they're not having anxious thoughts. When people talk about their heartbeats increasing because of anxiety, and when experts refer to anxiety trachea, this is almost always what they're talking about. Supraventricular trachea. However, it is not the only type of trachea caused by anxiety. An often forgotten type of trachea is supraventricular trachea, and this occurs as a response to hyperventilation. Rapid breathing is very common for those. I don't know about that last statement. Rapid breathing is very common for those with anxiety, and hyperventilation itself plays a prominent role in panic attacks. Some people develop hyperventilation syndrome, which is a tendency to hyperventilate even without anxiety. When you hyperventilate, you expel too much carbon dioxide, taking too much oxygen. This throws off your body's balance and causes your ventricles to constrict. When your ventricles constrict, this makes your heart need to work harder to get blood around the body, and that's what causes trachea. Is that really true, what they said? It occurs in response to hyperventilation. Like, to be honest, I have experienced this, where a couple times, walking home from work and on the bus, where like it feels like your head's kind of spinning and that, and then like your heart rate goes up. But most of the time I just sat down and just waited for it to calm down in a sense. That's weird. Is trachea from anxiety dangerous? It's difficult to say whether trachea is dangerous, The reality is that it's not dangerous on its own. The fight or flight system is something your body is designed to handle, which is true, I guess. Or else, anytime we do exercise, we just drop down dead because our heart rate would go over 100 and it wouldn't be able to handle it. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to stay. There you go. Whereas you wouldn't be able to stay safe in danger, and so your body can handle these adrenaline rushes fairly easily. Trachea isn't safe, however, because it can be dangerous if you already have a heart condition. This is why, even though anxiety is likely to blame your rapid heart rate, it's always a smart decision to see a doctor and get everything checked out. If your heart is healthy, then trachea is unlikely to be dangerous. I said that a bit quickly, but it isn't safe when there is an underlying heart condition, which is obvious because when you watch all these TV shows and movies and that, and whatever cartoon you see, like usually some stereotypical fat man or whatever, and he's like, oh yeah, he's all angry and stuff, and then he just like, he holds his chest and then he just suddenly has a heart attack and dies. That's obviously what you're describing. So in a sense, it's like, for me, I've got these results and that saying I've got ectopic beats and whatnot, but I still need to when I get this, like I said, when I get the Holter test and that, to get the heart rate up, because that's when normally I have the ectopic beats, when the heart rate is up. So at least then they could say if it's dangerous or not. You know what I mean? 'Cause I don't know if it is or if it's not. I really can't say. I just know it's uncomfortable as hell. Just make sure that you trust their opinion. If they tell you that your heart is in good health, you need to make sure that you don't convince yourself they miss something. Doctors are very well trained to spot heart problems just by listening. They're very likely to know whether or not there's something to worry about, which is true. You have to trust them. You know, they studied their field of work, and they've done tests on loads of people and that they're very experienced. Another issue that many people struggle with is how they respond to trachea. It's not uncommon for those with panic attacks to know that their heart is fine in general, but when they experience trachea, they feel as though they're having a heart attack or that one is coming. It's this moustache, man. Moustache keeps rubbing my nose. Another issue, okay. It's not uncommon for those with panic attacks to know their heart is fine in general. And that's like me, to a degree. I know my heart is, like, the rate and everything is fine, the sinus, whatever's fine, all that stuff is fine. But at the same time, when you experience these short, like, blips and that, yeah, it does feel like, okay, one is coming, heart attack is coming. That's because in addition to rapid heart rate, anxiety attacks also cause a feeling of doom. Yeah, it does. But then, kind of late, I suppose to me the feeling of doom isn't as intense, or nowhere near as intense as it used to be or as it was. Because at the end of the day, the feeling of doom and that just won't help the situation. It just makes you more tense and everything. It's easier said than done, because if you're by yourself and that, then normally it is very scary. But if you're with someone, then it's not as bad. Which convinces the person that something terrible is about to happen. Hyperventilation also causes other symptoms that mimic heart attacks, chest pain and leg weakness. You do need to recognise the way you react to trachea, because often you can make it worse if you respond with intense anxiety. Anxiety trachea is not a heart attack, and though they can feel the same, it's important to know how to control it. How to stop anxiety trachea? Stopping this type of rapid heartbeat is sort of a waiting game. Once your body is flooded with adrenaline or you're hyperventilating, your heartbeat won't slow until it gets back to its normal balance. You don't want your heartbeat to slow until then either. You don't? Your heart is beating quickly because it needs to. Oh, fair enough. If your heartbeat could be slowed down before your body goes back to normal, you wouldn't get enough blood to areas that need it. So unfortunately, trachea is an anxiety symptom that needs to be waited out. So think of it like that. The best thing you can do yourself is to learn to control your anxiety and stop your anxiety from getting out of control. These are relaxation strategies that can help you stay calmer in the moment, and several tips and techniques to cure your anxiety forever. I've helped many people with trachea control their anxiety and reduce the frequency of their rapid heartbeats. If you want to be free from anxiety, start, for God's sake, this fucking test again. Okay, fair enough. That was... that was actually pretty informative. It's pretty good. Just looking at their most popular articles. Ooh, they talk about magnesium here. Probably like 1 hour and 20 minutes now. Yep. You might want to watch this in 3 parts. Derealization. In case of severe anxiety, a person may feel as though they're going crazy. They may feel as though something is off in reality and the world around them is eventually crashing. Jesus Christ. Okay, I'm not going to read that. What I'm going to read is the magnesium, which is quite interesting. Because I did read about that helping heart disease and whatnot. Anxiety is not generally something you want to treat with prescription medication. It's not that prescription medications are bad necessarily, although there are several side effects and additional risks that they may make them less than ideal. The problem is that they don't actually cure the problem. Natural treatments are more preferable. Their advantage is that they are not only treat anxiety, they also give you an opportunity to relieve anxiety without medication someday in the future, which is true. They cause no dependency, no side effects, and using them doesn't impact your ability to learn valuable coping strategies. True. Herbal solutions are more common, but nutrients may be beneficial for anxiety as well. One that has received some promising results is magnesium. I heard about that. Oh, gosh, let me sit up. Natural treatments for anxiety. Prescription medication are unlikely to kill you, but they dull your ability to feel nervous, even in situations they call for it. That's why natural remedies are valuable. You can get opportunity to relieve anxiety in the present. You just said all that stuff. Magnesium, the formerly common mineral. Diet is rarely the only cause of anxiety. To learn more about anxiety, make sure you take the anxiety test. Jesus Christ. Magnesium used to be an abundant mineral found in numerous foods. Over time, food processing practices essentially strip magnesium out of most diets, causing numerous people to be magnesium deficient. Magnesium plays a role in over 300 different chemical reactions in the body. Wow. Magnesium also is designed to offset calcium. Most people know how important calcium is to bone health, but what few realize that magnesium arguably is equally as important as balances out calcium to ensure a working body. Without magnesium, calcium can actually become toxic and affect your brain health. I heard about that. Talk about releasing the calcium. Magnesium deposits in stress. Several studios have also looked at how stress levels affect magnesium. They found that during periods of extreme stress, magnesium is often used by the body. That means that not only significant portions of the country magnesium deficient, makes no sense, potentially leading to anxiety. There may also be a high number of people that use up their magnesium reserves as a result of their anxiety, thus contributing to more anxiety and more stress. Can magnesium cure anxiety? As usual with natural cures, research into magnesium is slim, but early studies do indicate that magnesium may be effective at treating anxiety. A study in France of 264 patients with generalized anxiety disorder found that a statistically significant number of men and women reported improvements on a magnesium regime.
Okay, we'll just play it for right about here.
Okay, magnesium is unlikely to cure anxiety in everyone. Instead, the most likely reason the magnesium is so effective because many people are experiencing the most pronounced anxiety symptoms as a result of their deficiency. Uh, Also, there is a significant connection between how the body feels and how the mind feels. When you take magnesium while you're not getting enough, your body is likely to feel better because every component of the 300 processes it's running correctly. That in turn make your body feel healthier and more relaxed, which will improve your anxiety. Vitamin supplements for anxiety. What makes supplements an interesting choice for anxiety is that some people benefit more than others simply due to diet. Dietary changes may be enough to reduce any deficiencies, while some people may choose to take a supplement in order to ensure they get enough vitamins no matter what they eat. Whether you choose to take magnesium supplement or decide that instead you would prefer simply to add more magnesium providing products to your diet, magnesium is not likely to cure anxiety in itself unless you were severely deficient. Instead, magnesium is simply a start to ensure that any deficiency you may have had affects your anxiety less. You still need to learn better coping strategies and make decisions. It's true. Yeah, I do agree with that. At least I know a bit more about the science behind it as well. Right. Can you have panic attacks while sleeping? Probably. It's quite interesting, all these articles. Okay, I'm not even going to bother to read all that. Let's see if I can find any more articles about psychological science Wikipedia. Let me read this MedHelp forum post. And I'll probably end the video soon.
Hold on to Ray. I gotta see before there's
Oh my god. That's a long post. And from just briefly like looking at it, all I can see is numbers, fast heart rate. Hmm.
anyone still out there? This year, I swear to God. Cut that shit. He just knows that.
Right, I wasn't saying anything because I was reading it. From what I've read, is that this woman is she has severe health related anxiety, which is causing problems at home, the husband and that. How she's been has been to ER twice. GP loads of times, cardiological department for tests and that, to be told that she has
It's up to you guys. We can do bandos for
that she has sinus trachea. Hold on. Yeah. Okay. Oh, since I got a normal one, so she must have a regular one or something, which just means a fast heart rate. Apparently, is what she's saying, and that she wakes up in the middle of the night with up to 130 beats per minute and trembling. Yeah. The resting heart rate is normally around 90. She can't believe it's all happening from anxiety. Says that she has um, a high heart rate when she gets up, just like me. But man, she's going in, like, trying to find everything. She said, I'm taking beta blockers to slow my heart, and it works to stop the high jumps in rate, but doesn't generally lower the resting rate. So my main questions are, can I believe my doctor due to anxiety? The experience treatment with beta blockers. It's interesting because, like me personally, I don't know what they would do to well, I don't know what they would do. She's saying that she has a fast heart rate, a fast resting heart rate, right? And she's waking up in the middle of the night and whatnot, 1:30, but it's like she's not experienced. Like, in a doctor's eyes, right? They'd talk to her and they'd be like, well, you're not like experiencing like a tight chest, or like you're not passing out, and like you're not like being sick and that, and you have no swelling in your legs and that. So they wouldn't really like class her as like a that much of an important case in a sense. As I said, they just gave her beta blockers and that. Hold on, trying to find this part again. The only thing they can find is sinus trachea, which is merely fast heart rate. My resting heart rate is normally blah blah. Also, it usually gets very fast when I stand up from bed in the morning. It takes a while to calm down, even with medication. You see that once again. Okay, I have that as well, right? I have oh God, they call it posture something syndrome. But your heart rate goes up like 25 more. But then I just read about IST, inappropriate sinus trachea, which basically is your heart rate going up by more than 25 beats per minute from the way I'm sitting now to standing up. So she experiences that, but that's all she's really put. So essentially, she's got the beta blockers to control that. Then it's like there's nothing else that's really wrong in a sense. And it probably is just like massive anxiety. Stacey, the most important answer is yes. Anxiety can cause panic and rapid heart rate without any other cause. Yeah, that's what it seems like. It does seem like therapy is best for her. might ask your doctor for longer lasting anti-anxiety medication. Yeah. That's why that's why I wouldn't really want to be on beta blockers. Like, I don't want to look at the side effects, to be honest. Poorly. I had to check what your heart rates. Mine go from 70 to 180 to over 200 with sinus track. Go from 90 to 102 will happen climbing a set of stairs, even going to 120. That's nuts. 70 to 180, but or over 200 with sinus tragedy, but from what doing what? Just what? Nothing? Going from 90 to 110 will happen climbing a set of stairs. Not for this guy. I do suffer from panic disorder. I was on some medication for 10 years, but fine. One day stopped taking. One day just stopped working. Oh gosh. That's nuts. Yeah, I'm quite bored to read through these people's things. Right. That's the end of that. And there's no more links to read. So that means the video will end here. After 1 hour and 36 minutes of talking and having a dry mouth. But I feel reading about all of that and just talking about everything has helped. I feel a bit better now than I did earlier. I said most of the time in the afternoons, this time I feel my best. I just feel the most relaxed. That's the main thing. So yeah. I'm gonna text you now, and I'm gonna tell you if you watch this video, if I can upload this video. It might be too big, to be honest. Then to watch it in like probably 4 parts, 4 or 5 parts, because at least then you could watch it in like 20 minute segments, because it's quite long. But then I feel, even though the video was long, I feel that it was quite interesting because we got to I got to talk about my, once again, what's happened since my last video. I got to discuss how I'm feeling. I got to go into detail about my letter that I received, and I was able to research some of the stuff I've read on this letter, and kind of just make sense of it, I suppose. So even though I didn't find out a link though that I found this morning. Maybe it was on my phone. See, my phone looks alright from behind, but from the front it looks terrible. I put a post on the Health Unlock forum and I still haven't got a response from it. But that's why it's on Wikipedia. Sinus trachea, ECG readout of an individual with sinus trachea. Oh my gosh. Sinus trachea, known as sinus tract or sinus trachea, the sinus rhythm, elevated rates of impulse is defined as a rate greater than 100 beats per minute. In an average adult, normal resting heart rate is 60 to 100. Note that the normal heart rate varies with age.
I got the arrows.
Uh,
I think we're good. Red GE right now, the world is 393 if you want to put that down there. All of you guys are welcome. Just get team 36
just got a text from you, Byron, saying what video, bro? Don't worry, you'll soon see it, bro. It's hard to miss when it's this long. Trachea is often asymptomatic. The heart rate is too high. Cardiac output may fall due to remarkable reduced ventricle filling times. Yeah.
Best arrows Addy. You can get Addy arrows with your name.
Sinus trachea is usually a response to normal psychological, physiological situation. I mean, that's what I typed in and it's what came up. I just exercise and an increased sympathetic tone for increased. Oh my god. Caftech. I can't pronounce that release. Stress, fright, flight, anger.
Mine's gonna be that watch it be so slow. I don't remember it being too slow. I just need to get slower. I'm not gonna bring the shaft.
Yeah, I know. I said I was gonna do a voice note at that time, but it just never happened.
No better copy my phone. Where are these things, man?
Inappropriate ST, also known as chronic non-pyro something something. Patients have elevated resting heart rates and exaggerated heart rate in response to exercise. These patients have no apparent heart disease or other causes of sinus trachea. IST is thought to be due to abnormal automatic control. There we go. Postural orthostatic trachea syndrome. Usually in women. Great. What a great start. Usually in women with no heart problems, the syndrome is characterized by normal resting heart rate but exaggerated postural sinus trachea with or without hypertension. Well, that doesn't explain it well, does it?
Tell me what you think in the motherfucking chat now.
Mm,
Give you guys a minute to get here.
quite well to read all that. But yeah, what I'll do, oh gosh. What I'll do, let me just send you a voice note now quickly. And then, I'll let you watch the video. Beep, beep, beep. Okay. Right, signing out. Thanks for watching, or listening, shall I say. Peace.